Hello friends. Friends, why is that in today's era, today's world, so many of women are turning to IVF babies? Why is that they cannot have a baby naturally? Or which are the planets which are responsible for behind this? We have to understand. And in today's video, I want to talk about all the planetary movements, almost like, 40% of women I'm coming across, they're saying that no, we want to have an IVF baby because we cannot conceive. Conception is very difficult. I am Ricky Chadda, a dedicated Vedic astrologer with years of experience that I hold behind in decoding the mysteries of your birth chart, planetary alignments, karmic patterns, and spiritual destiny. Now, the first thing is you have to understand is Rahu and Ketu. Rahu and Ketu is known to be the planet of Kaliyuga. Rahu's influence is on science and technology in conception to conceive a baby. Whereas if you talk about Ketu, as we know, Ketu is all about detachment and separation. When Rahu influences the fifth house, that's the house which talks about children, conception, or Jupiter, the Karaka, the significator of children in anyone's house, natural conception may be blocked. I'm repeating myself. When Rahu influences fifth house or it influences Jupiter, natural conception may be blocked, leading to artificial or assisted method like IVF. The next we should look at is Saturn, Shani. Saturn is known to cause delay. So whenever there is a Saturn's aspect, it will cause delay. Saturn's delays childbirth, especially in late marriages, difficult or delayed childbirth, or when it aspects the fifth house. In today's life, what is happening? In today's life, career is the main focus for us. Late marriages is very common. Now this itself, Saturnian trend, pushing the women to seek IVF later in life. The third possible thing that I personally feel is the collective karma of this yuga. That is, this yuga, Kaliyuga influence, that is also responsible for such. See, in Kaliyuga what happens? Natural fertility is said to decline. Scriptures have mentioned that conception, health, and longevity will weaken as the age will progress. This karmic backdrop manifests as rising infertility cases globally. Now, this is what I'm talking on a very mundane level. If you come to an individual person, so if I have a horoscope of a person and I want to individually look into it, what should I consider? What should I look, or what should you look into a chart? Let's discuss that. So few of the combinations in your chart that may lead to IVF. Let us understand that first. See, number one, if you have afflicted fifth house, the house of children, if it is afflicted by Rahu, Saturn, Ketu, Mars, then if they are placed in the fifth house or they are aspecting fifth house, the Lord of the fifth house is placed in the 6, 8, 12 position. The childbirth becomes very difficult. It can only be possible with intervention of a doctor, or scientifically technology has to be used like IVF. If there is a Papakatri Yoga around fifth house. Now what is a Papakatri Yoga? The houses which are adjoining the fifth house, fourth house and sixth house, they have got malefic planets like Rahu, Ketu, Saturn. So that particular house becomes Papakatri. If that is the case, then again, it may lead to IVF. Next thing what we have to consider is a weak Jupiter. Jupiter is the Putra Karaka significator of children. If Jupiter is weak, then it definitely lead to IVF. Debilitated, combust, retrograde, or afflicted Jupiter often denies or maybe they delays a natural conception. Third, Moon Rahu conjunction or Venus Rahu connection. What is Moon? Moon is fertility. Venus is equal to reproduction. Rahu creates medical intervention or artificial techniques when connected to these planets. Next is Saturn and Mars. Both are malefic. Their influence on the 5th house or 8th house, these two houses. Saturn is equal to, or it says, delay. Mars, on the other hand, is surgical. It's a surgical procedure. IVF itself is a Saturn-Mars type of process. Delay fertility achieved via medical or surgical methods. The next thing that I want you to understand is look at your D7 chart, Saptamesh chart. If in Saptamesh chart, in the D7 chart, if the 5th lord in D1 is weak in D7 chart, natural childbirth gets obstructed. Strong Rahu in D7 chart often shows medical or technological help in conception or conceiving. Here I am giving you some example of combinations for IVF. If the Lagna Lord is weak and the 5th Lord under affliction, or Jupiter is hemmed between malefic, so Jupiter in Papkatri, Rahu in the 5th house or Rahu with Jupiter, Saturn, Shanidev aspecting the 5th house or aspecting Jupiter. Such chart often shows natural difficulties, but IVF as a blessing through Rahu's scientific path. Now I want you to look at this angle also, a spiritual angle. One more layer, soul that comes through IVF are said to be highly karmic. They wait for a special channel to incarnate. Sometimes because they are bound with the parents is destined, but with challenges. IVF becomes their karmic doorway. If I had to speak in a nutshell, in short, Rahu, science and technology, Saturn, delay, plus afflicted Jupiter, 5th house, strong indicator of IVF in modern times. Collectively, it is the karmic influence of this age where natural fertility is weakened, but science, that is Rahu, provides alternatives. Friends, if you have liked this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell icon as well. Thank you so much for watching this video.